Hello!
Hello AOS fans!
It's the Agents of Sigmar.
And in this video we're asking, are GW losing the plot card?
So GW have released another starter set. What?
Yes, it's madness.
Absolute madness.
Not sure what they're doing there. Well, not that long ago, they gave us this one, which we really liked. You can see our video up there. I don't know if Pete can make a video link up here, but we can go and see it. You've probably already seen it if you're watching this video. And we were really impressed. It was a really great product. It brought back two old favourite warbands.
Yep.
And it was lovely.
Lovely stuff.
But yesterday, completely unlooked for, an article appears on the Warhammer community website, which has got 3 new games that they're going to release through, I don't know what they call them, but like other sellers, not through Games Workshop stores,
yeah, so
not through traditional game stores.
Yeah, they're not going to come through the local friendly game stores or anything like that. So.
Yeah, and one of those is a Warhammer starter set. Now, confusingly, the first game is going to be released through Target in the US, which is unusual. I think that's the first one GW have done Target only, but I'm not sure. And the second one is more standard. It's Barnes & Noble, and then a host of German sites like GameStop and a couple of other ones. And so we've seen that before. They've done that with Blitzball. We've always struggled to get the Blitzball boxes. And I think they did Dreadfane for their Warhammer Underworlds release. That was a Barnes & Noble release. And so this kit is going to go through there. But what's curious is that it's got the Sepulchral Guard in it, who are in that box there.
Yeah, like just exactly the same thing as far as we can tell. But it's got a different Stormcast warband. Yes,
it's got Iron Soul's Condemners in there, which is probably hard to get hold of now. So that's good that it's in there.
Didn't Gwyn Iron Soul come out in the original Dreadfane?
Yeah.
So, like, why are they releasing the same warband again? It's bonkers.
I can kind of see why, because Dreadfane, the extra cards and things didn't really fit.
No.
And this is a way of repurposing those miniatures again. They've been repurposed a few times, but repurposing those miniatures again, and they're a good solid warband, and I can see why they put them in a starter set. It just seems really odd to me, on the face of it at least, to put the Sepulchral Guard in there, who they've just put into just starting out in the hobby. You don't want to buy them again. You don't want to I've got 4 warbands and 2 of them are the same.
Yeah.
That's not a situation you want to be in.
We're also assuming, we don't know for definite, but we're probably fairly certain that the Condemners are going to have the same cards as before, because they had 32 cards before.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be...
chances are they're not going to make new ones, so it's another odd choice. It's like, why not pick an earlier warband, give a new deck to... It's not even like it's a simpler version of the game, because Dreadfane just had a single board and all the objectives were already printed on that board. That will come separate, so it looks just like the regular starter box.
Yeah, I do have a few thoughts on why they haven't done, why they've done it the way they've done it. So the first thing is, I assume they've got some sort of exclusivity deal with the third-party sellers who do this.
Generally how that kind of thing works.
So, and that means it's got to be a new box. So that's why they can't just repackage the old starter box. So that's the first thing. So they can't just use the one they've just done, because they're doing that through their stores.
True.
That's my first reason.
Yeah, and I guess just to tack on to that one as well, because it's only going to be coming out with Barnes & Noble and places that aren't in the UK and stuff like that, they're not going to want to just have a starter box that's only available in some countries and not one of their probably biggest selling places in the UK.
No, and also they're not going to want to put effort into reworking something like the Reavers. Imagine, Pete, if they rework the Reavers and put it in a box you'd have to go to Germany for. You'd be there.
I would.
You'd be driving down that Autobahn faster than you can say Vorsprung durch Technik.
Exactly. So I can see why they haven't done that. They know it's going to be a limited market.
And with those 2 things in mind, it doesn't actually leave them with very many options.
Yeah, that's true.
I did wonder whether they could reprint Dreadfane, but without all the Dreadfane gubbins, and literally just have a starter box with Lady Harrows and the Condemners.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure why they haven't done that, except that Lady Harrows is fairly complicated warband with lots going on.
Yeah, it's true, yeah.
So it wasn't the best starter set warband in the first place, and maybe they thought it's not the best. But then Sepulchral Guard is a little tricky.
They're a little tricky. They're not as tricky, though, because they've not got lots of reactions.
No.
They have a few additional actions. Whereas, the Lady Harrow was reactions, which is a whole different ballgame to remember.
Yeah, and they could have because there's a few erratas. I can't remember if there are erratas around Lady Harrows, but they could have included those in the cards.
Possibly.
Reprints would have been all right. Yeah. I mean, they're never going to put 2 Stormcast warbands in there.
No, that's true.
So they can't put Fast Riders in.
Fast Riders versus Condemners.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Steelheart isn't a rivals deck anyway.
True.
So they were never going to do that. So then what other options have they got? If you're not going to do Lady Harrows, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
It's got to be Beastgrave onwards. It's got to be Rivals.
Yeah, because they don't want to put the effort into building whole new decks, so it's not going to be like Mogors or anything like that.
No, exactly. And then you've got like, well, despoilers are pretty simple,
Yeah.
but they have tokens. Well,
do,
hunt
yeah.
are pretty simple, but they have a token mechanic too, and I think they have a wizard, and it's got to have no wizards.
Yeah,
So no wizards. That rules out.
Yeah, you can't have worms, but if you've got all wizards, you can't have a few others in that situation.
It's quite
either,
a large chunk of them you can't have.
Yeah, yeah.
And in fact, the further down the evolution of Underworlds you go, the more and more
complex
it attacks, it messes up the basic rules. I did think they could have the Blade Coven,
Possibly,
but
yeah.
they have the combo. It's not too bad, but I can see it.
It's a bit pointless to have combo because there weren't very many combo cards.
So,
and you could have someone like Rippers, but again, they've got the Wolf's reactionary attack thing, which again confuses people.
yeah. So I'm beginning to see, well, we didn't have any choice. The only other choice I could think of is actually another starter set warband, and that's the Dreepers Wraith Creepers.
Yeah, but again, they were very powerful.
They've
got a
very
reactionary move as well. So.
Yeah, they were very powerful. They could have done the errata because of errata days. That could have been
True.
on the new card.
True.
So that really, by the time you come down to it, it pretty much only leaves the Sepulchral Guard and the Dreepers Wraith
Just
Creepers on
imagine
Lady
they've had
Harrows.
this poster on the wall. They've just been crossing off. No, we can't have them one. No, we can't have that one. They've just got that left. They're like, I guess we're doing that then.
Exactly. So that's why I think it is what it is.
It is what it is.
So for those of us who are like heavily immersed in Underworlds, this, and you could see it in the community, was a totally mystifying release. Why on earth have they done this?
I don't think there was a single comment of people going, "Oh, cool."
Yeah.
Everyone was just like, "What?"
Yeah. But I think it's not for us.
No.
I think that's the best way to look at this. It's basically a new way of getting new people into Underworlds. Those people who are in Target or in these sort of slightly more gamey shops in Germany, seeing this guy, oh, that's pretty cool. I'm going to try that, and then they're hooked into the Underworld.
And then they see all the other stuff. It's all about that trumpet, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to reference that in every video from now on. We talk about
love a trumpet.
GW are always looking to get to that widest possible group of people, that biggest group of people that they can appeal to, and this is for them. We are far enough down that trumpet now that this isn't for us.
Yeah, just in case you haven't, this goes out before our previous video where we talked about the trumpet.
Yeah.
It was mentioned in a video where Peachy, former GW employee, interviewed another former GW employee talking about who they make products for, and basically, if you imagine it like a funnel, there's more people at the top of the funnel, and they're the people that they want to get, and that's kind of for those people who are standing on the edge of the funnel looking in, and they're going to push them in.
Yeah. Whereas once you're getting into Underworld, you're much further down that funnel. You know all about the game. You've got the warbands you like. You're building the decks. This isn't for you.
No, it's not for us.
It's not for us. No.
I think it's not even for somebody who's already bought the other starter set.
Yeah.
And you might be tempted because you get the Condemners, which you won't be able to pick up otherwise.
This is true. This is true.
But it's for bringing more people into the game, and that can only be a good thing.
Exactly. The more people who come into the game, more people stick around, more people buy the next expansion, the more they'll sell, and the more they'll concentrate on the game.
And the more people we've got to come to Agents Con.
Agents
and
Con.
come and play Underworlds with us.
Yes, September 23rd and 24th, we will be hosting a Nemesis tournament, so do keep your eyes out for that one.
Absolutely.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell so you'll see all our announcements of that and other videos as they come out.
And we do have a Patreon. We've got lots of lovely Patreon members. If you can support us through Patreon, we would be very grateful. We have great fun over on our Patreon Discord, and every little bit helps us make more and more content like this.
And Patreon supporters also get a discount on their tickets for our Agents Con tournament.
Woo!
So we'll see you soon in the Weird Hollow.